What's up, e-bikers? Hey, when I go off-roading, there's only two bikes I really like to bring. These are the two fat tire EMTBs in my garage, the Lectric Xpeak, the Mokwheel Obsidian 2.0. Today we'll compare them and go for a quick ride and tell you what they're like. All right, so here's a look at the bikes. This is the Obsidian 2.0 here. There is the Xpeak. That's the second version as well. So price-wise, this e-bike is $21.99, so it's more expensive. This one is $16.99. I have a 20 amp hour battery here on the down tube. This has a 19.2 amp hour battery, so it's slightly smaller. We're looking at 941 watt hours compared to 960 over there. So it's basically a draw when it comes to the battery size. This e-bike weighs 80 pounds though. It's 10 pounds less than my Xpeak actually. So I'm not sure why. I think I have the fenders on there. I think the front fork on the Xpeak is a little bit heavier probably. And maybe just a little, looking at the bikes, I think it just seems like this is a little bit slimmer bike, I guess, the Mokwheel. But they're both really good e-bikes if we're looking to go off-roading. In terms of the power plant here, the Lectric Xpeak is rocking a 750 watt that peaks at 1310, while the Mokwheel has a 1000 watt that peaks at 1500. So a little more power. This is 105 newton meters of torque, and this is 85 newton meters of torque. You can get both e-bikes in a step-through frame as well. I have the step over, that's what I prefer. They're both pretty unique bikes on the market, I believe. The Obsidian is, of course, a full suspension e-bike. You have that rear air shock right there, and as well as that front fork, that suspension. This is a hardtail, but this has a really great, probably the best front fork in the business, an RST Renegade. And Lectric says that's like a $300 to $400 fork if you were to buy it on retail. So they really put a lot of effort into that front fork, and it's definitely well worth it in my opinion. It's excellent going over bumps, and I just love the play on that front fork here on the Xpeak. Styling wise, I think the Obsidian just looks a little bit nicer overall. It's just got a racier look to it, more sporty, I think. But they're both pretty good looking e-bikes. They both go 28 miles an hour, so there's no advantage either one there. But both e-bikes get you where you want to go, and they both have torque sensors as well. So you do get more of a workout, and I really like that aspect of it because usually when I'm off-roading, I like to get a workout, and that torque sensor, especially on the Xpeak, I think, is a little bit better than the one on the Mokwheel. A couple things that differentiate the Mokwheel is this 10-speed Q Shimano derailleur back here and gearing. Just a really top-notch system right there for super smooth shifting. And you rarely get 10 speeds on any kind of e-bike, let alone a fat tire EMTB. This is just a simple Shimano Altus derailleur back there with 7 speeds. And that's all you get on the Xpeak. Actually, one mistake, it's an 8-speed. Not 7, but again, that Q's derailleur back here is a pretty top-notch system here with a nice big cassette there on the rear. Also, this e-bike comes with a detachable display. That's right, you can pop this display off. Let me see if I can get it here. There's some levers down here on the bottom. Just squeeze those, and it's hard to do with one hand. It comes right off like that. Look at that. So a really nice safety feature, and it prevents your bike from being ridden. Once you do lock it up or something, no one can turn it on without that display. So that's pretty unique in the market. The unique stuff about the Lectric, it's EMTB rated. It's ISO 4210, so they tested it on mountain biking trails and got that rating for it. It's UL certified as well. I don't believe the Mokwheel is UL certified. And that's another piece of mind as well, which you get with Lectric. So for the money, a really great value here. You know, for what I call a fat tire EMTB or an off-road e-bike, with those 26x4s that each of them have. Okay, so we'll start with the Xpeak here. I've done some stuff to this e-bike. It's probably got about 5 pounds of accessories on here compared to the Mokwheel. I changed the handlebars out to a more upright position to make it more comfortable, but here's a look at the bike in the sunlight here on this cold January day. We're about to get a giant snowstorm this weekend, so it's like 45 degrees out here. Got to take advantage of this weather. I'm going to go into the woods here. I'm just going to give you my initial impressions on this thing. You know, I've done the video on this before, but I wanted to compare these two e-bikes because they're my favorite EMTBs. Turn the bike on here. My favorite off-road vehicles, if you will. So pretty good charge here. Where are we at? We're at 49.7. All right here. So I'm going to keep it in like PS2, 5th gear, and we're going to head to the woods down here and do a little lap on that hill back here. So without these handlebars, I'd be sitting much more face forward to the ground. So that's the first thing I'd say. We'll check out the Mokwheel on the next one, but comfort-wise, I like this setup here now that I have it here. So with these 3-inch raised handlebars, I can just get a better grip of the bike and just feel more comfortable with my back and stuff. All right, here we're gonna have to get through the snow here. I forgot to air the tires down actually, so I should have done that, but I don't think we'll have a problem. This front fork on this e-bike is, in my opinion, it's awesome. It's a perfect choice for this thing. It really makes the bike, and it's super buttery smooth. You get lots of play in it. You can lock it out, you can adjust it. So really top-notch e-bike here. I added a thumb throttle as well versus the finger throttle that Lectric gives you. So right now I'm just throttling here through the woods. And it's got pretty good traction. I have snow tires for this too, actually. I did that last year. I did a video on those. If you want to go back and watch it. But I'm gonna need them again in a few days. Whoa, okay, so a little bit sketchy there. Let's get up this hill. Pretty good traction. Drop the gear down a bit. All right. Yeah, very comfortable. I'm sitting up pretty high. There's some noise in the wheel there, probably because of the snow. But yeah, I really love the Xpeak. It's such a great value. It's a lot of fun. Get a workout on it, and it looks great. It's got pretty good range too. I think I got 38 miles doing PS4, so at the higher speeds. But you can certainly get 50 miles out of this thing. I like PS2 or something, just, you know, going through the woods like this all day long. Nice. Jump there. Very comfortable e-bike. It's got the not folding pedals. It's got the removable pedals. This is the older style, so I would expect Lectric to refresh the Xpeak, the Expedition, and the Express at some point, maybe later this year, maybe spring of 27, because they still have the old displays on here, and there's probably a few other things they could do to the bike just to give it a refresh here. So I would expect that's going to happen, I would say, fall of this year or spring of next year. We'll have to see. All right, there's the Xpeak. A lot of fun on this thing. Thinking about adding a second battery to it, I think, maybe at some point this year, but we'll see. Gearing's pretty good. Again, that front fork is the star of the show on this e-bike, I think. And I added a suspension seat post as well. A little bag back here. So I keep this kind of lean, no storage bags, just a little one there. Because this I basically just take this off-roading in the woods like this. And I want to keep it as light as possible. So it is about 90 pounds, everything I got on it. But just a pretty comfortable bike now that I've made a few additions to it. And it's got some heft to it. But a lot of fun overall. And again, one of the best values in the industry as well. All right, let's zip out of the woods here and go pick up the Mokwheel. And we'll see how that does on this ride here. My suspension seat post definitely helps, so we'll see how the full suspension feels different, if at all. gotta watch cornering when you're in the snow here, otherwise that tire likes to shoot out from under you. Gotta use your legs when you're for balance sometimes. But yeah, it's pretty, you're pretty confident on these straightaways here. It's snow like this, snow and ice. It's just those corners that you gotta watch out for. We're doing 10 miles an hour through here, not fast. There's the frozen pond. All right, let's see if we can get out of here. I'm in third or fourth gear here. So, PS2 slid out a little bit there. Whoa, slid out more. Gotta watch it. I should have aired the tires down to like 10 psi. Give them more traction on this here. Hit the driveway. All right, we made it out of there. So there's your Xpeak little off-road test here. Let's get it up to PS5. Let's see what she can do here. Fit-wise, like this bike fits me really, really well. I'm a 6-foot guy. And I think that's another reason why I like it so much. It's just its overall fit for my height and weight. So, gotta love it. All right, here's the Obsidian 2.0. And this bike seems taller to me overall, especially in that front here. It just has a taller stance to it, I think. Because the handlebars feel like they're the same height almost as my Xpeaks. So, that's interesting. That derailleur back here and gearing is really top notch. There's a closer look at it. I think this is a cassette. Shimano Q's is the hardware here, and really nice. I left the fenders off of this bike because I think it looks a lot better without them. I do have them in the garage there. But let's get this in the woods here and see what she can do. They both have hydraulic disc brakes. These are Tektros. And this one has a thumb throttle as well on the side here. And again, 10 speeds on that trigger shifter up here. Nice Mokwheel ergonomic grips. And here's the display here, a little hard to read. So, put PS2. And here we go. I'm in 7th gear. Drop that down a bit. This bike, I need to put the seat post up a little bit. Do that first here. Let's get a little more leg extension. Yeah, but this e-bike definitely feels a little bit, it feels bigger for some reason, even though it only weighs about 7 pounds less, roughly. It feels bigger, particularly in the front up here. I'm not sure how much battery we got left in this. Haven't read it in a while. All right, let's see how it is in the snow. We'll see. Basically the same tires, so it should act very similarly from that perspective. I'm going to the new snow here. I feel a little more hunched forward here with this setup, I think. I can really feel it in my palms of my hand here. I can feel the weight of my body on that versus what I felt on the Xpeak. This e-bike seemed a little bit noisier too. I don't know. What do you think? You hear that on the audio? Whoa. It's definitely got more power, that's for sure. I'm in PS2 here. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got 20 more newton meters of torque, so PS2, it's cranking up this hill 10 miles an hour. So more power, but if you're doing off-roading, not necessarily what you need is more power. You just need, smooth power to get you up the hills, allow you to change gears and stuff like that on these little downhills and single track stuff. So let's take it down the hill here. Got a little hump. There we go. All right. Follow my track. All right. What's that? Some kind of hawk or something. Nice. Nice. Pretty grippy tires there. Whoa. Spun out. Oh, man. Ah. Shit, that hurt. Oof, damn. Let's take a quick look at the Obsidian here in the woods. Oh yeah, she's getting dirty. Look at that. Ice Queen. Yeah, so it definitely it feels a little bit bigger for, than the Xpeak. The Xpeak seems a little bit more compact. I bet if I measure them, the Xpeak is a couple inches shorter, I think. Just eyeing it here from that perspective. But you definitely feel that power more on this Obsidian with that 1000 watt back here. So suspension is really good. You can air that down a little bit, but let's take it out of here. And $21.99, so you're paying a little bit more for this bike for that extra power. Now, it's got a 19.2 amp hour battery, slightly smaller than the Xpeaks. So I think because of the extra power, you're going to get less mileage than you would the Xpeak. I haven't done a range test on this. Perhaps I will, but yeah, I would say you got, a little bit less battery, just a smidge hair less, and more power. You're gonna burn that battery life more on this bike for sure. So if you're running it in PS4, like I did my Xpeak on that test, on the range test for that, I got 38 on that. I suspect you might get like 35 on something like this. Just that's my guess, rough guess overall. So the more power you put into that battery, faster it drains, of course. So let's see if we can make it out of here. Should be no problem at all for the Mokwheel. I didn't do any, I didn't have any slippage there in the front wheel, so that's good. All right. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Woohoo! It's like sledding almost on an e-bike. You guys ever see that? Someone has like an electric sled, or like it's got like it's like part snowmobile, part e-bike. I forget the name of the thing. It's like $8,000 or something like that. But I kind of wish I had one of those right now. Anyway, that's a look at the Xpeak and the Obsidian 2.0 head-to-head. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do a little speed run here. And I'll see you next crisscross, guys. Links to both e-bikes in the description of the video. Check it out. I'll catch you later.